And welcome, folks, to a special edition of the Michigan Recruiting Insider basketball version. You see us break a number of commitments on the football side of things. Well, here we are reacting to the latest addition to the Michigan basketball family. Durral Brooks, better known as Phat, one of the top players in the state, and a guy that Michigan has been recruiting for quite some time now. I still remember when he got the offer. Well, now he's officially a Wolverine. Phat, congratulations on picking the maize and blue.
Thank you. Thanks for having me too.
Yeah, man. Let's just start off first with when did you make the decision and why did you make Michigan the place that you committed to?
I feel like I had my mind made up a couple weeks ago, and I don't know. I think just being around the coaches, it feel like being around like my family. It's not all about basketball with them. They want to know everything about what's going on in your personal life. They interact with my family good, especially my little brother. He's 9 years old. He really shy, but he didn't have a shy moment with them. So I think just how they interact with my family and how they are so welcoming, I think that was kind of what pushed me to decide to go with Michigan.
Take me back to when you got offered. I remember it, but we might have some fans that are watching for the first time. What do you remember about when that offer came through, and who in the end did you wind up picking Michigan over?
Uh, so I was coming from the hospital actually because I had got bursitis in my elbow, and then my high school coach called me, Coach TJ, and he told me Jawan wanted to talk to me, so he added Jawan to the call, and then we got into a three-way call, and I was in the car with my parents in the back seat, and so they pulled over and stuff, and then um, he told me like he liked my game, he liked me as a person, and they loved having me around, and then that's when he offered me, and it was a great moment, especially because myself and my family grew up as Michigan fans our whole life, so I know they were very proud in that moment. And I chose Michigan over. I would say my top schools that they were competing against was probably Butler, Dayton, and Michigan State.
Gotcha. And so we making his debut on the Michigan Recruiting Insider on the podcast. Dre, you've been on before, right? But I know this is the first time for young Mr. Davis Moseley, our young whippersnapper intern. So, Davis, I know you've been talking to Phat. I know you have some questions for the newest Wolverine.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, my first thing is going to go straight to your stomping grounds, Grand Rapids, man. Talk about, what it's like growing up there. Obviously, we've talked about you, your connection with Kobe Buffkin. Talk a little bit about that for us.
Growing up in Grand Rapids is great because it's like everybody know everybody here. You're not gonna go to a gym and find somebody you don't know or find people you don't know. So it's good, especially having everybody support a bunch of people. Like you don't got no haters. Well, you have haters, but all the hoopers I would say around, they all support each other and they all want to see you winning. So that's good. And I think it's good that I'm trying to follow in Kobe's footsteps, especially him going where he's gonna go. So it's definitely good, especially him growing up, being like a brother to me growing up, playing against him, playing with him my whole life. So I think it's good, and I think it'll be good that I can follow in his footsteps, and he can also help me along the journey.
Walk me through what it's like in your footsteps. What do you look like on the basketball court? There's a lot of varying opinions. Obviously, you're a bigger guard, 6'2", 6'3", 185. Talk about what you play like.
I'll say energetic. I'm always trying to guard the best player, always trying to push the ball, trying to get my teammates involved. But I'll definitely say energetic because defense is the main thing for me. Like obviously, you gotta be able to score, rebound, pass. But feel like I try to bring that energy on defense, and then I feel like that's what gets my teammates involved when I bring in the energy, and then they can get going too.
So, Dre, I remember when you saw Phat at the at EYBL. Where were we at? Kentucky? Were we in Kentucky?
I think we was in Kentucky.
Yeah, man. And I remember you were fired up when you
Yeah.
watched him and then got a chance to talk to him.
Congratulations, big fella, on your commitment to Michigan.
Thank you.
I think the thing I've always liked about him when I first seen him, I love two-way players. I can't get enough of them. The fact that he gave as much energy on the offensive side of the ball as he did on the defensive side of the ball is what impressed me the most. I want to kind of piggyback off of Davis a little bit, talking about Kobe Buffkin and Marcus Bingham. What was that back and forth like for you with both of those guys coming at you?
It wasn't really trying to persuade me to go. It was trying to like persuade me to look for certain things, like what to watch out for. So they both were supportive. Even Marcus is too, especially even though I didn't pick Michigan State. He's still happy that I picked somewhere that I feel like is a great fit for me. So it was more support rather than trying to, get me to commit to their school.
Earlier, you mentioned how you grew up a Michigan fan. When you got the offer, walk me through that in terms of the feeling that you had, knowing that the team that you looked at, you've watched on TV for so long, now they're offering you a college scholarship to play for them.
It was a great feeling. I honestly didn't feel real in the moment, but especially being a sophomore, I was so young. So it was definitely a great feeling, and I think it was the fact that Kobe went there and that Kobe was doing what he was doing there is what made it even more special. So yeah, it was a great feeling, and I can't do nothing but thank the coaches, God, and my parents for putting me in that position.
So speaking of the coaches, man, what's the vibe like with? You talked about a little bit about Juwan. What's the vibe like with Coach Washington, Coach Sadi?
Oh yeah, that's my guy. That's really who my little brother messed with too. Yeah, so Jason, I look at Sadi like an older brother too. They play around, they run around, they do all the other stuff. So I definitely love Sadi having me around. He was the one that recruited me the most too. So Sadi definitely my guy, and I also look at him more as like a friend, as family more than a coach.
One of the things that I kind of want to, I guess, ask you about is the other in-state kids. We talked about it. You mentioned, you got a good relationship with Darius Acuff. You play on the AAU circuit with him, with the family. Another guy, in-stater, Trey McKinney. What's your message to those in-state kids about coming and playing at Michigan with you?
They obviously got big time offers, but I would say just go somewhere not where just you wanted, but where you needed, because a lot of schools gonna want you, a bunch of coaches gonna want you, but a lot of these people that commit, they don't need them, and then they end up going there and then entering the transfer portal after their first year because it wasn't what they thought. So I'll just probably just encourage them to, if it's what we need, then tell them to come on over. But if not, then tell them to find somewhere where they want it and need it.
Hey, Dre, that's how it used to be. The top guys in the state going to the same spot. That's how it used to be back in the day, right?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Have you been talking to any guys in terms of putting on your recruiting hat a little bit, to swing some guys Michigan's way that you'd like to play with?
I haven't right now, but
okay.
I'll definitely try to persuade Cheeks and Trey a little more as it gets closer to their junior year, because I doubt they'll end up committing their sophomore year, especially with the looks that they're getting right now. So I'll probably start trying to, recruit a little bit towards their junior year.
It'll be interesting to see what young Trey McKinney does. From Flint, Michigan.
Oh, here we go.
Come on, man. Hey, man, we got to start. Only thing I'm missing is my Flint Central hat. I forgot to wear it. I should have had all my Flint stuff on.
Right.
And I forgot. Man, damn. But anyway.
I want to say this, Sam. Phat has been on the scene, man. The first time I seen him was in the state title game back in 2021 when he was a freshman. And it kind of piqued my interest anytime you see a freshman on that stage. And I think with his notoriety, the way he has been since his freshman year, I don't think it's going to be a problem for him stepping on the floor, for the Wolverines and making a big impact. He's been in the spotlight. And as you can see, his demeanor is this way all the time on the court. Never too high, never too low, just even keel, no matter what happens on the floor. So I expect those things from him when he steps on the floor for the Wolverines of Michigan.
This is out of the way for you, your Michigan commitment. Just play out next season for you on the high school scene. I imagine this takes some pressure off, some distraction away as far as recruiting is concerned. So what do things look like for you next season over at Christian?
I'll say, especially since we got out so early last year, I'll say probably just trying to build our team chemistry early on, because last year we were so young, losing 7 seniors, and so we never really found our chemistry over the year. It was just, I don't know, kind of all over the place. We didn't really hang out as a team outside of school as much. So I would say probably trying to get our young guys going early, letting them know that they can shoot the ball. They got to play. They got to come with intensity the same way we did my freshman and sophomore year. So I'll probably say just trying to build my team up and bring them together early on in the season so that when big moments like that come, we not all divided up.
Is that one of the things that you kind of tried to focus on is your leadership ability? You know, we talked about it a little bit, and you mentioned how you want to be a leader in the locker room, leader on the court, leader in the classroom. Is that one of those things that you're trying to focus on?
Yeah, that would be a big part of what I want to work on this year, and I'll start working on it in June at the team camp. So yeah, that's a big focus because right now that's what we need, especially with our team being so young.
Gotcha. Well, listen, I know there are a lot of fans. They're going to see the name Durral Brooks. We'll close out like this, but we've been calling you Phat. We've been calling you Phat. Tell people about the nickname, man. Where does it come from? And is it okay if the fans call you that?
All right. Oh, yeah, it's okay. My teachers call me Phat. They call me Phat, so anybody welcome to call me it. But my dad actually gave me the nickname because when I was a little baby, I used to just eat so much and never stop eating. I used to eat whole chicken drumsticks, down bottles of milk. So my dad ended up calling me Phat, and it just stuck ever since.
Yeah. So even the teachers call you that. Hey, man, that's a nickname for you with the teacher star. When it's not just a family thing, yeah, then it's real.
Hey, he used to eat in the kitchen. Now he's eating on the court.
There you go.
That's how it goes, man. Come on now.
There you go. Well, congratulations, man, on becoming a Wolverine. Good luck this season. We'll be out to watch you on the trail.
All right. Thank you. Thanks for having me on the podcast, too.
All right, folks. And that'll do it for another edition of the Michigan Recruiting Insider. If you like this podcast, be sure to rate it. Be sure to review it. Be sure to tell all your friends about it. If you're watching us on YouTube, like the video, subscribe to the channel. That's how you keep us going and growing. But the way to really show love is to follow us over on the MichiganInsider.com. $1 gets you in your first month. Once you get hooked, and you will, and become a full-paying member, not only will you get access to the entire 24/7 Sports Network, you'll also get a Paramount Plus subscription in addition to it. You cannot beat it. Great programming on Paramount Plus. You got Mayor Kingstown, which is fire. You got 1923, all kinds of great shows over on Paramount Plus. Great bang for your buck. Until next time, thanks for watching another edition of the Michigan Recruiting Insider.